Squid Game, the final stand, Jihan's last chance. What if I told you that the fate of Jihan, the very man who once fought for money and survival, could be the key to ending Squid Game forever? Imagine a world where survival is the ultimate goal, and the consequences are more than just a loss of money. Season 3 isn't just another chapter of the Squid Game saga. It's Jihan's final stand, a battle not just against the game itself, but against his own demons. The question is, will Jihan win? Or will he be consumed by the darkness he's been trying to outrun since the first game? Squid Game, for all its bloodshed and brutality, is ultimately a story of survival, a fight for survival at any cost. In Season 1, we watched Jihan, an ordinary man drowning in debt, fight for a glimmer of hope. But as each game passed, the stakes grew higher, the challenges more brutal. With Season 2's shocking finale, we saw a man transformed. Jihan was no longer just fighting for money, was fighting to expose the truth behind the game and save those who still had a chance to survive. But with Season 3 on the horizon, we have to ask, can Jihan stop the game, or will he be its final victim? The games get stronger. Jihan's journey has been one of survival, but each victory in the game only brings more danger. Every time he wins, the game itself becomes more complex, more dangerous, and more deadly. The frontman is still in control, but his grip on the game is beginning to slip. A new player has emerged on who could change everything. A soldier with a heart. A soldier who might have the power to not only challenge the system, but to tear it down completely. But the question remains, does she have the strength to defeat an organization so powerful, so entrenched in the global underworld, or will she become another pawn in the game? The truth is, Squid Game has never been about just winning money. The prize is just a cover for something far more sinister. The real game is about survival, about being willing to do whatever it takes to make it out alive. But now, Jihan is no longer fighting for his own survival. He's become the symbol of Rebellion, man who sparked a revolution in Season 2. He's no longer a pawn in the game, but the potential to upend the system. Unfortunately, as we've learnt time and time again, fighting the game comes at a great cost. The rebellion Jihan sparked is only the beginning, and with every action he takes, the consequences grow more dangerous. Jihan's true battle. Guilt versus redemption. But what if the true battle isn't just against the system, but against Jihan's own guilt? In Season 1, Jihan was a man desperate for cash, willing to do anything to provide for his daughter and free himself from the crushing weight of his debts. But now, after everything he's been through, his fight is no longer just about survival, it's about redemption. Jihan has lost so much: his dignity, his trust in others, and, most painfully, the lives of those who fought alongside him. With each victory, with each decision he made in the game, the weight of the choices he's had to live with grows heavier. He betrayed his friends, turned his back on his morals, and watched as innocent lives were taken, all for the sake of survival. The emotional toll has been crushing. And as Season 3 looms, Jihan's journey will ultimately be about confronting that guilt, confronting the man he was, and deciding if he can break free from the cycle of violence that has defined his life. A twist that could change everything. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's hope. In the midst of all the darkness, there's a chance for redemption. Maybe, just maybe, someone on the inside is not as cold as we once thought. Someone who has been quietly working to change the game from within. This twist could be the one thing that gives Jihan the power to take down the system once and for all. It's not going to be easy, and it may cost him everything, but it's the only way to break free from the endless cycle of violence. Jihan's journey has always been about hope, even when the odds are stacked against him. In the first season, he was just a man who wanted a way out. By Season 2, he was a symbol of defiance, fighting against the game to expose the truth and free those still trapped inside. But in Season 3, he's going to face the ultimate test of his character. Can he redeem himself? Can he break free from the darkness that's always followed him? Or will he be consumed by it once again? The final decision. Will Jihan sacrifice everything? Imagine this. Jihan, standing at the end of the game, looking around at the bodies of his fellow contestants. The money, the victory, the fame, none of it matters anymore. He's lost too much. The people he's fought alongside, the friends he's betrayed, the trust he's broken, all of it weighs on him. In that moment of overwhelming loss, he realizes that the only way to save the future is by sacrificing his own. His fight is no longer just about him. It's about everyone who has suffered under the weight of the game. It's about breaking the cycle, even if it means his own death. This could be Jihan's greatest moment. The emotional intensity of this decision, the stakes that are so high, will test every ounce of his humanity. But in the end, his greatest strength might not be his ability to fight or survive it, will be his willingness to sacrifice everything for the greater good. The true test of his character will come when he has to choose between his own survival and the lives of those who are still caught in the game. The future of Squid Game, breaking free from the chains of the past. As we approach Season 3, we know this. Jihan will be pushed to his limits. His guilt, his morality, and the weight of the game's rising power will all be tested in ways we've never seen before. The brutal truth is that survival, for Jihan, has never been just about winning. It's about confronting the darkness, facing the consequences of his past actions, and deciding if he can break free from the chains that have kept him trapped in this deadly cycle. Jihan's arc has always been about transformation. He's gone from a desperate, broken man into a symbol of rebellion and hope, but the price of that hope has been steep, and the journey ahead won't be easy. His greatest challenge won't just be taking down the game. It will be facing himself, his guilt, and his darkest fears. So, what do we think will happen in Season 3? Will Jihan succeed in taking down the game, or will he become another victim, another pawn in the twisted web of survival? We know this, the stakes have never been higher. The game is changing, the players are more dangerous than ever, and Jihan's final stand will be the defining moment of the series. But will he make the right choice? Will he break free, or will the darkness consume him? Share your thoughts below, and if you want to stay up to date on all the latest theories and predictions for Squid Game Season 3, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The fate of Jihan and the entire game lies in the balance. And as we've seen time and time again, in the world of Squid Game, nothing is ever as it seems.